everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new or haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And today I'm just going to be talking about do not let the past define you, which I think is a very big one, because I know what all of us do have in common is the fact that we have a lot of things that we regret, we wish we never did, we're embarrassed by, that thing that maybe keeps us up at night sometimes thinking, why in the world did I do that? Ugh. Some a lot bigger than others, but we all have that maybe one thing that pops in our mind. You're like, oh, get out of my mind. I don't want to think about this. I don't even want to think about what I did. We could have something that keeps up in our mind that only you and the Lord knows, and you want to keep it that way. You do not want that to come out that you did that, or maybe something publicly where so many people saw it. You're so embarrassed, and sometimes that can be hard to get over when you're trying to start a new life for yourself or start something new for yourself. You're like, I'm just not good enough because of things people know about me, and this is so embarrassing. I can't know people think this way about me. First of all, we all have stuff that we regret. Every single person. And you may not know that person, what they're embarrassed of, but they have it too. Everybody has it. Everybody has stuff they regret, wish they never did. Thank God for growth, you know? And I want to say for the most part, and I know I'm only 20, but I feel like as you just get older, like something I was so nervous about when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, even 19. I was so nervous about the next day and I embarrassed myself. Oh, I did that. I don't know why I said that. I am so dumb. I regret saying that. You usually don't remember weeks to come for most of a lot of things that we get apprehensive about, nervous about. You usually don't remember it because it's just all forgotten. I want to say that. So a lot of stuff is just forgotten. And then there are like those big things that people just may always know you for. Maybe that one person in your life is always going to know you for that person or what you did or who you were. But that does not have to define you in going into your next life. When we even get into the Bible, there are so many ancestors of Jesus, how Jesus came into the world, of Mary and Joseph's line, of prostitutes and these different people that were bad, good, but it all had to happen for the greater picture for God, of God's plan to happen. So everything you've been through, all these tough times, God has a plan for you to go through it. So even like an example from Saul to Paul. Paul was this really bad man who hated the church, hated the Christians, was the first person to kill a Christian for their beliefs. And God spoke to him and changed his name from Paul to Saul. And he has been the biggest ministry in the New Testament and has taught us all of what we believe today, of the foundation of what we believe today, of Jesus, how to get to heaven, how is he loves, and just the understanding of God. And that is from Paul, who got changed from Saul to Paul. And me personally, I just think that God did that because in a sense of it was only a certain people could get to heaven because they were born in that lineage of being God's people. And he did that to show that if he can be speaking from God, then anybody can. He hated the church. He hated everything. And now God's going to use him out of all people. No way. But the more he talked, he spoke straight from God. You're like, oh yes, God is speaking from him. So if he can do it, I can do it. And even Jesus, they're like, you are nobody. You are Joseph's son. You're a carpenter. Who are you, Jesus? Like, shouldn't you be a king? Shouldn't you be somebody magnificent? Shouldn't you be royalty? What are you doing being a carpenter? Like, nobody could believe. And I think God actually works with people you would never think to, that's been through these situations where it's like you could not believe that God would work through you. God is not going to work through you. No way. You're a nobody. You think you're nobody because of things you've done in your past. Grateful. I believe God's going to do so much work through you because your story can be so powerful. What you've been through, things you've done, and now God's going to say, okay, I want you. I want to work through you. We're going to make some amazing things happen through you. You're going to change lives through you. Because of what you've been through, you know exactly how it feels to be on the other side. You know exactly what it feels like to be a non-believer. You know exactly what it feels like to be hurt. You know exactly what it feels like to go through pain. You know exactly what it feels like to be completely distraught, depressed, sad, lonely. Now I'm going to work through you so you can make sure to change these lives and these people, because you know exactly how they feel. You know exactly what they need to hear. And you know, and you can touch their lives better than somebody that they may look at and say, well, you've always grown up great. You've always had this. You've always been that. So it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for people to believe somebody that they believe has never been broken. But when they see somebody that has been broken and living a good life, they'll be like, so God can work through you. Maybe he can even work through me. I believe people that have been broken and have been so broken, and people have known it or whatever, God's going to work through you, and so you can relate to these people that maybe somebody else can't relate to. You can touch hearts that maybe somebody else can't touch. I promise you, God's going to work through you based on what you've been through, your past, your mistakes, your embarrassments. God's going to say, okay, you've been through this. I got people I want you to come to. I got people I need you to talk to. I got people I'm going to put in your path that needs to be touched by you. So don't do yourself, because it a lot of times can happen where you stay stuck in a place because you can't move past your mistakes, past your embarrassments. But God's going to tell you, God's going to forgive you. Ask God for forgiveness. He will forgive you. And he said, okay, let's move forward. I got bigger and better things to come for you. And God will lead you to those things. So forget your past. The best thing you can do is pray about it, ask for forgiveness, and learn about it. And keep moving forward. And I think that's also an amazing thing, because I feel like once you've gone through things and gone through these mistakes, and first of all, you can't really fully, or at least for me, I could not have fully appreciate where I am today if I did not go through my past. I am so grateful and blessed for where I am today because I understand the bad days that I've had. I can be so grateful of where I am today. So you're so grateful for where you are today. And then, what was I going to say? And once you have to become forgiving of yourself, which it can be hard because feel like critique of ourselves, we're very hard on ourselves. It also opens up your heart to be forgiving to others. Now, when I say forgive, don't put yourself in dangerous situations or anything like that. But I'm saying, like, you become more forgiving. You don't hold those grudges because you understand hardships of where other people can come from. So it allows you to have that more love for God, of that love that God has, of that humbleness, and fully loving and fully caring and fully kind. It allows you to have that a bit more because you understand those bad things. If you end up learning from it, you understand how to be more forgiving. So it just makes you an all around just better human being after the stuff you've gone through. But you gotta just forget about it, because that does not define you, and then move forward, and God will show you amazing things that he has planned for you. So amazing that no, he cannot work. The only person that can be done through this is you, because our experiences is what makes us different from everybody else. That is what makes us different, is our experiences. That really gets our spirit different. So even though you can touch people that maybe the preacher couldn't touch like that, you can touch people that maybe all these other people, great, these teachers and all these stuff, they could not touch people like you could touch people. So just remember that and stick to that, and go out there and make a difference like only you can. Again, if you have any prayers, put them in the comments. I'll pray great things that the Lord will just work his will with you and you'll have great spirits going through that journey with him. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.